stream. I think I'm on. Okay, fingers crossed. Good evening, friends. Cassandra's here. Yes, I can see your beautiful names, and I can see myself reflected back to you. And it's full moon. It's full moon time. Welcome to Cosmic Connections. We're starting something a little different. The reason for this is I can have more access to your comments and your concerns, and we can broadcast this across my different pages at the same time. So I'm really, taking the technological leap. This is welcome to StreamYard, and welcome to Cosmic Connections. So how is everybody doing? I know I can't wait to share with you my day and my astrology chart with you, and some little lessons about how to navigate difficult energies. Good evening, Paula and Sherry and Beth. I think you can see me now. I hope. And I think I can chat too, right? Let's see, I can post a comment. Come on aboard. I'm not sure if the people who are speaking are from my YouTube channel or if they're on Facebook. So again, this is an experiment. Tonight, we're going to talk about the full moon and what it might mean for you. And we're also going to talk about a special day that happens to us all. It's called the Sun Square Sundays. Not Sunday, like, a couple days from now, but the sun days when the sun in the sky is squaring you. And as the square is happening, you feel like you're trying to navigate through all sorts of muck. So I had a mucky day, all right? But I want to explain the astrology of it, and hopefully you get some laughs out of it. Okay, great, Patricia. Yeah, it's fabulous. You can see me on the YouTube. Can you guys see me on the Facebook channel? On any of my Facebook channels at the same time? Fingers crossed. Reminder to you, this is the last Sunday of the month. We're going to be having our Divine Grace Fellowship, and that takes place on Sunday at 12 noon. So that's going to be on the Facebook page. Well, maybe I can actually do it to my YouTube channel too. Please join. We'll be doing our healings, our message work, etc. And we'll be talking about the Aquarius energy because we're very much in the Aquarius time of the year. So I'm hoping that people can see and share comments here alongside. And I do believe the comments I'm seeing is just from the YouTube channel, I believe. You're not on Facebook. All right. So we have a little bit of a problem. Let's see if I can do something simultaneously. Oh, I am on Facebook now. Terrific. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm on Facebook at this point. The little Virgo in me is saying, "Oh, Cassandra, get to the point. These people want to get their messages." All right. So I think what I might do is I'm going to do the Facebook Live at the same time and direct people to the YouTube channel. So I'm going to do that a little. Let's see. It says it's on the. All right. Let's try this. So I hope I don't get any sort of feedback from. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I just touched something. Whoops. Let's get rid of this and do this. All right. Okay, Facebook. Thank you for your patience, guys. All right. So I'm going to be doing Facebook Live. Hello, everybody. I am simultaneously doing my little Cosmic Connections on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time. So I'm talking to two different connections here. And let's see how skillful I can be with looking at these two aspects at the same time. So I would direct you to YouTube at the same time and I'm on Facebook. So I think we have to talk to Mr. and Mrs. StreamYard. Of course, I'm not doing something completely correct, but we're going to get through this. Of course, it's a full moon. And of course, this is very, very similar to my day, which I want to share with you. So tonight, friends, I want to talk to you about the beauty of having challenges in one's life, because without a little challenge, my goodness, we're going to have a boring life, right? I mean, there's not always sunshine anymore. There's always clouds and difficulty. So tonight, I would like you, for those of you who are new to astrology, consider certain times of the year when things aren't always going terrific for you. And if you're very diligent, you'll be able to find at least 2 days out of the entire year where there's more than your share of challenges. You'll say, oh no, it's that day again. What's going on with me? Good evening. You know what? Hi, Linda and Lynn. Because my head is like a little dog, one of those things on the back of your car. I'm going back and forth. I'm probably not going to be able to say hello to everybody, but I want to direct you to YouTube if you're on the Facebook, and go to YouTube at the same time, because I can see that very loud and clear. So I think tonight when I'm doing my messages, and I love Facebook, don't get me wrong, we love Facebook, even though Facebook doesn't always love all of us, right? We all know that, right? But we can go to YouTube and I can see your names more easily scrolling. Because I promised you that when we do the mediumship work and so forth, I would want to be able to see you. So it won't let you chat? Huh, Elizabeth. Is anyone a social media producer out there who wants to give a seasoned astrologer some sprinkling of your brilliance and wisdom? Because I'm having little difficulties. But anyway, that's power of the course, because today is my day. So here's a little astrological lesson for you, friends. When the sun in the sky is squaring your sun, it motivates you to bring about new changes in your life through friction. So I'm having one of those days. It's not that I dread the 27th of January, but I always anticipate it, because there's always some new challenge to be had. And the same is true for July 27th. Now, why? This is true for all of us. Wherever your sun falls, it has a number attached to it. It's called the degree. And if you count up, all right, so I'm born in October, right? And so if you count up October, November, December, January, 4 months later, you're going to have what's called a sun square your sun. Now, I wasn't born on the 27th of October. I was born on the 29th. Right? So that is the perfect 5-6 degrees of Scorpio being squared by 5-6 degrees of Aquarius today, and also in Leo. Maybe I should say this for an actual class, but let me tell you my story. So I always kind of do fingers crossed on the 27th of January, because I know it's my sun square Sunday. And when this happens every year, there's often one thing after another. So today was one of those one thing after another days. Starts out, right? I had a little sparkle piece of jewelry that I misplaced. I lost it. And I thought, is it in the shower? Is it in my bed? Where did this thing go? A little sparkler, kind of like, wasn't quite like this. It was a little bit smaller, sparkly, not terribly expensive, but, kind of sentimental. Someone who I cared about gave me these little earrings. Couldn't find them anywhere. So I'm thinking, alrighty, I'll find them. I have faith. Tore apart the bed. And I thought, found the backing. So therefore, perhaps when I showered, it went down the drain. I'm getting there somewhere, friends. Renee and Joy and Nancy and Maria and Jillian, thank you for being here. And it might be easier to come to the YouTube channel. Hi, Julie. Hi, Laura. Because I can see your beautiful names bright and clearly. And we'll work this out. So I was trying to find this little piece of jewelry, and I was thinking, yep, it's the 27th of January, Sun Square Sun. And I'm thinking, how am I going to deal with this? So, of course, who do you ask? You ask Mr. Google. And Mr. Google said, well, you have to go get a one of those vacuum cleaners that suck up water, and Valpak, not Valpak. Oh, you know the name. Someone tell me what it is. Exactly, Elizabeth. It was definitely a no-no. Hi, Renee. And oh, you do have, John. Might that be a lovely lady who begins with her first name begins with an O? Because if it is, I want to get in touch with her. So there I was, just trying to find this earring. And Mr. Google says, take a vacuum, the wet dry vac, and put it on top of the spout where the jewelry presumably may have disappeared. And I thought, okay, I could do that. Bought a new one because the old one is gross. So I undid it. And by the way, when I was at the hardware place, which remains unnamed because we don't want to, I don't know why, but I'm not going to name the name. It was a local. We love local. And I said, look, I probably need my entire bathtub snaked. It's around that time. We got people with long hair around here. They said, no problem. We'll be by in a couple of hours. Terrific. So I take the Valpak and I put the little spout right very securely on the drain to try to suck up the presumed earring. And then I realized, friends, I put it in the wrong way. So it's actually blowing the air down the drain even more. Look at, I'm not misfix it all the time. So then our beautiful friends from the plumbing place came over, and they said, well, while we're here, and I said, while you're here, why don't you snake out all, this is a very Scorpion story, sorry, but it's worth the price of admission. Why don't you snake out my sewer? Because I have to do that to be proactive against all those trees out there that like to wind their roots around my piping. So they did that. And they said, ma'am, you were about 3 hours away from having an absolute flood in your basement. I said, what? Yeah. And by the way, our records show that you have been flooded in this home. It's 70 years old. I mean, you got to give the house a break. We've been back here on the 27th of January 3 times in 10 years for said flooding. I said, oh, really? I didn't tell them the astrological explanation, but I thought, wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? But the moral of the story is, because I lost this earring, I got the plumbing here. And I thought it would be a catastrophe that, oh my gosh, I'm going to have another flood in my basement. That happens frequently on this date, on this Sun Square Sunday. And then at the end of everything, I went into the bathroom and I found said earring. Now, I had scoured the entire floor with a flashlight in the back of your phone. I was really looking for this darn earring, and there it was in the middle of the floor. I think someone's playing tricks on me, quite frankly. So that is what was happening for me today. And that happens every January 27th. And it's one of those things, friends, you can calculate your Sun Square day. You will find that there are certain tendencies and cycles that occur with regularity. They only happen twice a year because you have the Sun Square Sun after your birthday and then right before your birthday, the 4 months before and the 4 months after. You calculate it according to your actual birth date, and then you can compare it to those months. I hope that makes sense. The other thing that's very pertinent to all of us right now is that we have the eve of this beautiful full moon that takes place, and that's going to be taking place tomorrow at 2:16 p.m. at the 9th degree of Leo. So friends, if you happen to be and a Scorpio sun, Taurus sun, Leo, or Aquarius sun, you're really going to be feeling this full moon because it's affecting the full moon cycles of the fixed signs. So I'm going to go through all this in a moment. And I realized as I was preparing for you tonight that the Sabian symbol is very reflective of the little sparkle lights I have behind me. Can you see my sparkle lights? All right. So this is the full moon Sabian symbol. Early morning dew sparkles as sunlight floods the field. It is the symbol of transfiguration. So no matter what was happening directly in our lives, we can always transfigure. We can always go to the next level. We can always take challenges and turn them around no matter what. That's the essence of this particular full moon cycle. Begins tomorrow in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. But keep in mind, there's been so much lore, folklore, and anecdotal evidence about the difficulty of a full moon. Friends, it's generally right before the full moon that we feel the tension. And because I'm an early degree of Scorpio, I certainly was feeling it. So again, if you are sophisticated with your astrological knowledge at this point, find where you have your fixed energy in your chart. And if it's in early degrees, 0 to like 12 degrees of fixed signs, and that will show you a place of tension where just at that point when you're thinking it's not going to get any worse, it's just one thing after another. And that was just a little anecdotal story I shared with you. There was other stuff today too, which I won't even bother getting into. It was one thing after another type of day. But just when you're at your wit's end and things aren't quite going the way you would like them to go, bang, we get resolution. I'm telling you, that earring was not there this morning when I was looking for it. So the moral of the story is a square gives us the motivation to keep on trying no matter what. And the full moon gives us the motivation to see in the dark, to see a different perspective. So if you're feeling any particular energy of, I want to use the word of specific, maybe anxiety or difficulty leading up to tomorrow, that's very, very, very normal. But after the full moon, theoretically, we're able to see with new eyes and have more illuminated information, thoughts, and sharing. The full moon in astrology is also what's called an opposition. So through the impact and input of others, we feel more aligned after the full moon. So that's my message for you tonight about the full moon and about these square days that occur 4 months after your birthday and 4 months before your birthday. We have our half birthday as well, right? So our half birthday occurs exactly 6 months before or after our birthday. And so you might find some cycles of interest in your own life as you go through. All right, so I'm going to share some of the comments here. Jillian notices, okay, I love this. I love anecdotal evidence here. In HR, employees seem a little bit crazier than normal right before the full moon. Again, this folklore has been actually studied, friends. The lunar effect, I can't remember the author's name offhand, but he was doing some systematic research on people's moods, on elevated crime rates, on actually in surgery, sometimes people have more bleeding, etc., before the full moon. And then again, as of 2:16-ish tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, there's more of a exhale and an aha. Okay, Miss Beth, your sun is at 9 degrees, my dear friend. This is very much affecting you, this energy. And you may also be dealing with what's called the Saturn effect. Saturn's in Aquarius, so Saturn's also squaring you, motivating you to do something very, very, very different in many ways. Elizabeth, you know what? I'm going to learn, I'm going to teach you how to learn how to do that. I'll have some classes on, just some fun classes coming up, not a big commitment, maybe on Thursdays for all of you. Little nuggets with astrology for non-astrologers. So you just gave me an idea, Elizabeth. Thank you, Jillian. Me too. Thanks for being here. Souls are touched. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry the YouTube is blurry. It's so interesting to me. I'll have to check it out afterwards. Um, So I'll keep on going back and forth in my conversation. This is a very odd way to talk to someone, right? Whoops. Okay. Save. If I touch the screen, it does something weird. Stephen, hello. Hi, Janet. Whoa. Scorpios do love story time. Yes, they do. Hi, Michael. Big hugs to you, Michael. And you have a lot of people out there who love you. I think about 100 people who were seeing you healing. I hope you're doing much, much better, my friends. Hi, Kristen. Hello, Miss Patricia. Hello, Laura. Hi, Grace. Hi, Mark. Yes, the tail of the missing earring. Perfect example of just when you feel like you're being doomed to the nuances. Plus, the possibility of having a flooded basement with sewer water, it just turned around just like that. So that's the essence of a square, my friends. Okay. All right, Stephen, you found your glasses after you lost them. True. One of my beloved children gave me a Christmas gift. And it's one of those gifts. I haven't started it yet, but you can put it on things in case you lose them. And there's I don't know, some sort of high-tech buzzer thing or not. I'll set that up. Okay. Yes. Best of outcomes. Yes. All right. So I think, we're going to do it the good old way, what we've been doing for the mediumship friends. And here's what I want to suggest to you, because this is not going as planned. Remember how things happen during a Sun Square Sunday. They don't go as planned, but they go the way they should go. So here's my suggestion. If you want to do some mediumship, go back to the Facebook for now. Or it's okay. Actually, you guys you stay where you are. If you're at Facebook, stay where you are. That's exactly right, Elizabeth. The universe is fabulous. If I didn't lose the earring, I would be flooded right now. And I'd say, oh, special alert, no cosmic connections tonight because I'm too stressed, but you know why. Hi, Amot. Hello, Miss or Mr. Leo. All right, so what I want you guys to do, so we're going to do the mediumship in just a minute, to make sure when I start that, which I'll be starting in about, in about 10 minutes or so, on one of the screens, wherever you are, whether it be Facebook or at YouTube, just say, I would like to get a little read. And then I'll come back and I'll be able to select you with my finger. So I'll just do my finger and close my eyes and come up. So I want to make sure you're in the room. See how efficient I am? So make sure you're in the room. Douglas, K2, wow, I love your name. Are you a Vedic astrologer, sir? So we'll do that. If you want to get a message, do that. And we are going to talk about our mini horoscope for you all for the full moon cycle. So how this works is this. And by the way, friends, please share. The more you share, and I really, 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 really appreciate it. And also sharing is well appreciated, but also subscribing to my little new YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow it. And please share and subscribe. So I'm going to talk about the horoscope in a minute. And every time you subscribe or share, you have a chance for a free gift. It could be reports of some sort. It could be on love. We're going to be talking a lot about love in the next month, right? Because it's Valentine's Day soon. Here we go. Here's your horoscope, friends. If you are Aries or Aries rising, this full moon with a lot of intensity is going to illuminate what you want to do with joy in your life, whether that be creativity, romance, or just having fun. It's a joyful type of full moon for our beautiful Aries people. Let's see if I can push my hair on my eyes. So I have the phone in one hand. See? So I'm talking to you this way. Oh, that would be weird. All right. So Aries, the full moon is going to illuminate your fifth house, and that's going to give you some insight on ways to activate your own personal creativity. For the Tauruses or Taurus rising, the full moon is going to give you some insight on your friends, but specifically the friends within the family. It's basically a family full moon. Supposedly, the Tauruses have been going through a lot of changes with family and home and where am I living, who am I living with, and so forth. The full moon will give you some answers, but the anxiety leading up to that magic moment tomorrow afternoon might be a little unnerving. So be patient with yourself, Taurus, and receive the information you need to receive by tomorrow afternoon. Gemini or Gemini rising, this full moon energy is activating your thinking house. So you've been really ruminating about what should I do about X, Y, or Z, or how should I communicate my truth? At the full moon, you'll be very motivated to speak your piece and to communicate what it is you want to share with others more clearly, more succinctly, and with honesty. Alrighty. Next up, our Cancer friends, Cancer rising or Cancer sun sign. This particular full moon energy is falling in what we call your income house, self-worth, and value. So Cancer, if you're finding that you're wanting to maybe do something different with finances, make some more money, or maybe turn a hobby into something more of an income stream, this full moon will give you the insight on ways to do just that. If you are Leo, all eyes on the Leo or Leo rising, this full moon is really giving you a break because it's helping you believe in your own charisma, believe in your own strength, in your own skill set, and your own beauty. So this is a beautiful full moon for the Leos or the Leo parts of your chart. If you're Virgo or Virgo rising, you might be feeling a little sleepy in the next few days because this full moon is activating your retreat house, where you want to go within yourself and just take some time out, meditate and pray and dream. It's a great time for dreaming for our Virgo friends, and taking care of health as well. For Libra or Libra rising, you might be saying to yourself, it's time to identify who's with me and who's not necessarily always with me in terms of friends, groups, and associations. The full moon is actually shining a spotlight on what groups you want to be a part of and what groups perhaps you've outgrown or it's time to move on. So this is going to give you the necessary insight. For the Scorpio or Scorpio rising, this full moon is shining in your career house. It's helping you become a little bit more of a stronger leader. To try to have your charisma really help others and take the stand on what you truly want to do. We all work in some fashion or another, even if we are quote unquote retired. We're all doing something out there in the outer world. So Scorpio is making evaluation about that this upcoming week after the full moon. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, the full moon is asking you to spend time in identifying what your beliefs are, spiritual, perhaps political, religious. Just take some time to articulate what your beliefs are all about. That's for our Saggy friends. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this is about your long-term financial security. So maybe you might be taking a jump and working on your taxes, Capricorn. But whatever that might mean to you, take a look at the ways you are building a stronger financial future for yourself. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this full moon is illuminating your house of the significant other, your best friends, your partners, your husband, your wife, the people that you really love and expect to have their back as they have your back. So this full moon energy is saying this is what you may want to identify in your life. Who can you really count on? And last but not least, our Pisces friends, the full moon is illuminating your work house and your self-care house. Pisces, if you've been on the fence about taking care of yourself, maybe getting to the gym, now that they're opening up, yay, in Western New York, or eating correctly, yay, this full moon will be a great time to launch it. So those are some little tidbits for you. And I would be much amiss if I did not mention to you, on Saturday the 30th, we are having a Mercury retrograde. Now, no fear zone. Mercury retrogrades 1/3 of the time. A third of you watching were born with Mercury retrograde, right? But, it's not the best time for you to put a down payment, if you can help it, on a vehicle, on a computer, or perhaps make some transportation plans. Great time to think about these things, but not necessarily the time to make the contractual agreements. All right. So next week, usually I have a Thursday night class, right? So this has been one of those weeks. I mean, I've just been super, super busy. So we're not going to have a class tomorrow. We will have a class on Thursday, the 4th of February, during which we're going to be talking about the Mercury retrograde. I hope you can join. And we're going to be talking about the wonderful love that comes up this particular cycle. We're going to be talking about relationships relative to Venus. And we're talking about Venus and Mercury as a cosmic alert, and more information on that for you on my newsletter, which I really want to thank you for joining and signing up. Alrighty, friends. Deborah and Maria. Oh, please come to a class, Maria. I pride myself on making complex things as simple as possible. Astrology is so rich. Astrology is so amazing, but a lot of people get turned away from it because it sounds like it's, a different language, and it is. So, all right. I know, Elizabeth, it's really funny. I feel like I'm in a lecture hall because I'm looking here right now at YouTube, and then I'm looking over here. So it's a little tedious, but we make it work, right? All right. We'll scratch you the nose. Let's do some mediumship. And all right. And yeah, so next week I'll have details about the class. There's Zoom classes. One of the great things for me for the year of transformation has been working with technology. It's a little intimidating, but when you want to get your message out, you got to do what you got to do, right? So I miss Zoom these days. So I'll be doing a Zoom class next Thursday. I hope you can join. All right, on the Mercury retrograde and also on Venus and some other really cool things. Welcome, Kay and Terry and Churchill. Miss Churchill, Paula Churchill. Linda felt it today. She's a beautiful Taurus, of course. Yes, Jody mentions sometimes we feel a lack of energy from the full moon as well, right? And then once the full moon occurs, then we're able to see with new eyes in the dark in a new way. So a lot of things are happening this week, friends. We're also gearing up for this big shift at the end of February. That's when Uranus, which is the crazy absent-minded professor energy, is squaring Saturn. Oh my gosh. It's called the rebuild and of 2021 after the year of transformation. So we're already feeling that energy. And again, if you are fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio energy, you're really feeling this full moon, and you're really feeling this desire to get things right, to get things really straight in your life, to rebuild in some area. And so we'll be talking lots about that. All right. Hello, Pia. Okay. Hi, Stephanie. I have more people on Facebook. Cindy and Lynn and Angela, Marianne. All right. Renee. Okay, I'm gonna remember that, my dear Marianne. All right. Okay, the 1st and 3rd. All right. Thank you, Marianne. I want you girls coming to the classes, so I'm gonna make a mental note of that. Because Jody and Marianne are awesome, awesome, awesome. Hi, friends. Great to see you. Elizabeth, you're awesome. She's at YouTube and at Facebook at the same time. This is really funny doing this. Oh, Sherry, isn't today the anniversary of the 77 blizzard? Thank you, darling, for mentioning that. I'm going to write about that in my newsletter. All the more reason for you guys to join the newsletter. Now, guess what Buffalo is? Buffalo's a bull. It's a Taurus. born April 20th, Taurus sun. And so, of course, if it's going to have some tension or some concern, it's going to be when the what? Sun is in Aquarius. Do you think we get some leverage from the NFL owners if we would say, can we please have Super Bowl at a different time of the year, right? Like in May? Do you think they'd listen to us? Huh? Because you see, Taurus teams from Taurus towns would always face that square energy. Something to consider. Well, I'm not going to talk football with you guys, but I mean, I think anyone from Western New York and beyond would say this. Fabulous, fabulous season. And we love that Josh Allen, that Taurus Mercury guy with a retrograde. So yeah. So next week when we do the retrograde Mercury class, we'll be using Mr. Allen's chart among other celebrities who have Mercury retrograde. It's actually a gift. You know, a lot of people go, oh, Mercury retrograde is such a terrible thing. It is not. It makes for people to have the gift of great insight and a different way of looking outside the box. So those of you who have, NFL does not listen to Buffalo. I know. They probably don't listen to many astrologers, not that I'm aware of anyway. A Super Bowl in May, right? How about that with one, Miss Sherry? All right. Let's do some mediumship. Oh, and if you're going to buy a cottage in Lilydale, you must invite all of us over. All right. Yeah. Is this today the anniversary of the Great Blizzard that put Buffalo on the map? Oh, my goodness. All right. I'm going to first do a drawing for a reading, a written reading for all you beautiful people who have been sharing me. Whoops, that's not going to work. Yeah, I'm going to put the camera here. This is a little easier. All right. Aha. The winner is a beautiful Taurus moon person, Janet Robison. Congratulations, Janet. I know you might have some of these wonderful booklets, but I'm going to send you a numerological booklet as well because I have a lot of cool reports and I'm going to be able to send you one. So thanks for being a great help and fan and supporter over the many years, Jan, I've known you. So I'll be sending that out to you this week. All right, let's see. Go back here. Now we're going to do our mediumship piece, friends. And how this works is I need to know if you're in the room. So if you could make a note here in either side of Facebook or YouTube that you don't mind me coming to you and giving you a mediumistic message to make sure that you're in the room, because the energy is such. When I am able to speak with you, I don't need you to talk back, but I want to have your energy in front of me. So, okay, beautiful. So great. So people are saying they'd like to get a read. So when I scroll around, I know that you're in the room. And how this works, some of you are new to this. How this works is I have, like you all have, and I mean this very, very sincerely, we all have intuitive gifts. We all have a right brain, right? Right brain perceives things symbolically. The right side of our brain, of the hemisphere, can perceive symbols, can appreciate music, perceive nonverbal cues, and I've had some wonderful training from very talented, world-renowned mediums through Lilydale and Fellowships of the Spirit. So I always like to do a big shout out to Buffalo, Western New York's. It's not Buffalo. I mean, it's not owned by Buffalo, but Lilydale and Fellowships of the Spirit is right so close to Buffalo, New York. It's a big jewel of a wonderful place I've been going to since I've been 13 years of age. Can you believe that? Thank you, Mom, Miss Aquarius, my wonderful mom. All right, so I'm going to, I think I'll go back and forth. Thank you, Anne. We're all invited to go to Anne's house. You better be careful. We have a lot of people in the room here, Anne. So I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to scroll first with Facebook and then I'll scroll with YouTube. We'll see how this works. Okay. All right. I just picked Darlene Morehouse. All right. Darlene Morehouse. May I come to you for a lead, my friend? All right. Beautiful, darling. I'm going to come to you for a little reading. Thank you. Someone just reminded me about the Fellowship of the Spirit. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired with all that stress today. Fellowship of the Spirit. Elaine Thomas, Mark Thomas, and 30 years worth of amazing graduates of that program. Is located outside of Lilydale. In fact, a lot of people in the room right now have taught there or have gone there. It's a wonderful, world-renowned institute. My thing that happens the last Sunday of the month is called Divine Grace Fellowship. It's a church service. It's partly spiritual and partly fellowship. So please gather around on Facebook and possibly YouTube on Sunday morning at noon. And we'll be doing a lot of mediumship and healing and meditations. I welcome you all to there. And we're going to get back into the real world at some point. All right. So, Miss Darlene, I've already picked you, my dear. So I'm going to say my prayer and tune into you. And I think what I'll do is, I think I want to talk, well, let's see how it goes. Dear God, please allow me to serve Darlene. Please allow my words be filled with love and light and truth. For Darlene's highest and best, as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Darlene, the first image I'm getting with you is that a very rich greenery, like a lawn. And it makes me think of a perfect lawn, like we might find at a, a golf course. Very rich green lawn. And I'm going to go with the golf course energy because I feel that there's someone in spirit who loved to be out on the greens, who wants to be recognized by you tonight. I believe this is a gentleman. I believe that he loved the whole golfing thing. He liked to wear the little caps, the little golfing outfits. I guess they're called outfits, whatever. And he is coming through to wish you perseverance as we're doing the countdown until the greens are open again. So in other words, he's saying to you, you've been extraordinarily patient, not just because it's been COVID, but there's been a lot of things in your family and your domestic life that was exceptionally difficult trying to, he's using the word navigate people's feelings within the family in the past year. And it's been very tiresome. It's been very difficult, he's saying. But you always had the gift of negotiation. And he's not identifying who he is. I'm not getting anything more identifying except lover of golf and very spry, very, very nice looking man. I'm not getting an age quite yet, but he's saying, you know who it is? Beautiful. He's okay. Beautiful. All right, darling. He's kind of chatty. He's very handsome. He's basically also saying to you that this year in particular, it's time for you to make, like he's funny. He's saying that you may have dabbled a little bit with the greens, with golf, but it's not your thing. But there are some things that you've been putting on the shelf and not getting to, not having as much fun, darling, as you would like, because you've been navigating all of the intricacies of people's emotions. And he's saying you're tired and you want to do some traveling and you want to do some more things for Darlene. He says your wishes will begin to become true as we turn the corner, but it's around June. He's saying June is like this graduation for you. All right. And as he's coming in here, he's basically reminding you that, oh, good. Thank you, darling, that you, you know, the expression iron fist in a golden glove. that you were always so determined. And he's saying that he's influenced you with this trait. So it feels like your relative, I think it might be your dad actually, or stepdad or father-in-law. I'm not sure which, because he's not identifying I'm just father. But what he's saying is that he had this paternal way with you. And he's giving you a lot of love, my dear. And he's saying that you will get your way. You'll have your freedom to do what Darlene wants to do once the greens are open. I don't know. When do golfers go on the greens? I think it's earlier than June. But he's saying June is very significant for you, my friend. I'll leave that with you with God's blessings. All right. So now I'm going to go this side. And I'm going to pick someone where my little finger stops. And okay. Elizabeth Sampson. Hello, hello. Elizabeth Sampson. I clicked on your name. And I'm going to talk to you if you'd like. And let's see if you're here. All right. And okay. Hi, you're right. Have you done, she gets tongue-tied. Have you done this before, Elizabeth? Have you ever had a little meet and greet, a spiritual meet and greet? You're very welcome, darling. You're very welcome. Oh, honey, I'm glad I touched you, honey. I'm very honored to do this. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. And I'll tell you a little secret, friends. This medium is often better when she's exhausted. So you want to catch me at 3 a.m. for, no, just kidding. But when I'm tired, I think the right side of my brain. On the other hand, astrology, you need all your faculties about you. It is a science. You need your left side of your brain, loud and clear. Thank you for coming, darling. I'm very touched. Elizabeth, dear God, please allow me to serve Elizabeth. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for her highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. This is very interesting, Elizabeth. I saw a chair, an old wooden chair, a very plain chair, a painted chair. I'm sorry, it's an old wooden chair that may have been refinished and may have been repainted. You know, but people love to, I can't do this, but they used to paint pretty old chairs and refurbish them and paint them. And then I saw you sitting straight up in this wooden chair. And the word that came to mind was there. I hope I'm back. Thank you, Julian. I get too excited. Are you still see me on YouTube? Can you see me? All right. Elizabeth is here. Hi, Merity, honey. Hi, Amot. Hi, Jillian. Okay, terrific. Hi, Charlene on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, honey, you're so sweet. You just have the best psychic you've ever met. Thank you, sweetheart. Hi, Ann. Hi, Lois. All right. Beautiful. You can see me, Elizabeth. To be continued. Let me get back into state. Watch what I do, friends, when I get back into state. My eyes go up to the ceilings, or the ceiling, because when your eyes are up in the ceiling, it's a neuro-linguistic technique, you're able to relax more. True story. All right. So back to this chair with you, Miss Elizabeth. And what I am seeing for you and hearing is this beautiful painted chair. And the word that comes to mind is the artist who does still life. I have no idea if you do art or if you're looking for art, but let me ask Spirit what this is talking to me about. That you have been waiting diligently until the paint dries for some insight about what to do next with regards to an important relationship, that you're still in the chair. You haven't gotten out of the chair. You are an intuitive artist. Oh, darn, I'm good. Well, my dear, that's fantastic because you want to get that out. All right. Because I was seeing still life, because you're sitting there in the chair and you're doing this as an artistically designed chair. I've never seen anything so pretty. And when you are doing your work, I'm getting excited as I'm tuning into spirit for you, Elizabeth. I don't know if you do portraitures of spirit, but you might also do something else, some other medium, using watercolors and inks and an array of different media. Like, I'm not an artist, but I'm just telling you what spirit's telling me. Okay, beautiful, Elizabeth. I see actually you've been waiting patiently to get your work out there. And I'm seeing you perhaps using this technology. You do it better than I am doing. But really getting out there with YouTube and Facebook and having these types of meetings with people. Oh, really, sweetie? Everybody go to Elizabeth Sampson's art. I'm going to do that, my dear. I'll subscribe to you. You do, Elizabeth. I'm so honored to be telling you this, because it was, what's it with the blue chair, the painted chair, that you've been waiting on this chair. It's beautifully decorated. It's beautifully designed, and you might also be doing spirit pieces with old furniture, or maybe taking old artifacts and engraving spirit, beautiful artistic renderings of people who are in spirit. All right. So everybody check out Elizabeth's site. That's cool, Elizabeth. Let me get more focused here, guys. You've been waiting. You've been doing the still life. But life is still, it's a play of words. Spirit is giving me a play of words. There's some fantastic opportunities in the next 2.5 years. Perhaps I see teaching at maybe larger venues. I don't know if you're familiar with Lilydale. I feel you are, but maybe talk to Lilydale people. I'm also picking up that you'll be doing some work out west, the Southwest, and also I'm getting Northern California, but that's more of a pilgrimage, or it's like going to Mount Shasta or something like this. And also crossing the border when we can. You might be in Canada right now, for all I know. I don't know, but getting up along the Canadian border, and also Nova Scotia. You used to paint furniture. Thank you, Elizabeth. So I saw this beautiful painted furniture. Anyway, darling. Okay. Perfect. I love Dr. Michelle. Isn't that funny? We are living in a very synchronistic world. Okay, save. Whoops. Keep on messing up with this. God bless you, Elizabeth. You're doing great work, and they're going to help you. I think maybe do some classes. Spirit is, that is, and along with Dr. Walker as well. All right. I want to give you guys all one big, huge hug. Please remember, if you're feeling tense, that's great, because it all comes to a beautiful conclusion tomorrow afternoon. We get to see in the dark with new eyes. This energy right before the full moon is highly powerful. Tonight, before you go to sleep, do yourself a favor. Make yourself an affirmation. Dear Spirit, dear God of my understanding, please send me a dream. Please give me clarity on something that's in my need to know. The full moon is in the sign of Leo, which is our creative spark. What gives us joy. It gives us joy, my dear friends. So Leo gets ignited in the next 24 hours. And the Leo energy is about what turns us on, what makes us fill with joy. And remember that Sabian symbol. In the early morning dew, the sun is creating a sparkle array of light. So no matter how much darkness there may be within or outside, we're going to welcome the light tomorrow with that beautiful full moon. All right. Dear friends, I love you too. Is that my dear cousin? Mwah! Another great butler out there. We butlers, we're a rare breed, you know. Hi, Shell. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. God willing, we'll be back Wednesday at 8 p.m. And one more thing, dear friends, don't forget Sunday, 12 noon. We'll have more Divine Grace Fellowship sharing, more messages like this, and a lot of healing. I invite all you beautiful healers out there. So have a fantastic week, and may all your beautiful full moon dreams come true. Peace and love, and I'll see you next time, next week. Bye-bye. Live.